And we are back. That's not usually my line, but today is a special edition of the show. JJ Ocho over here and over there. Nope, that's not Paki. You don't need to
No.
adjust your televisions. This is the five-time, five-time, five-time League of Haters champion, our editor, Dagoberto, here in person. King Dago, welcome to the show, dude.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here with you, and I hope I do a good job today.
Well, you're already doing better than Paki. If you're wondering, Paki went to see the Seahawks play live yesterday. It was the Monday Night Football late game, so he's
Yes, sir.
just flying in as we're doing this recording. Hopefully, when he gets back, we'll ask him about the experience, how it was. I want to know if that stadium is really as loud as they sell it to be. And without further ado, man, let's just get right into the things that we do on this show. I want to go ahead and say that anything we say here is basically opinions, dude. We just do this for fun. I'm not doing an overabundance of fact checking or anything like that. If you guys want to do that and put it in comments, by all means. This shit is just for kicks. So we're starting with Thursday Night Football. It was the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals are now 3-4 after beating the Steelers 33-31 in what the internet has deemed the Unk Bowl. Both quarterbacks over 40 years old. Both of them threw over 300 yards, and it was decided very narrowly by a field goal at the very end. It's very clear that Joe Flacco still had something in the tank, throwing the ball 47 times. 47 times. Jamar Chase caught a record 16 catches, 161 yards. He got into the end zone. T. Higgins also ate it up. Inconspicuous by his absence is Chase Brown. That guy's not doing anything. And Aaron Rodgers still looks like he has something in the tank as well, looking like the Aaron Rodgers of old, launching a 70-yard plus Hail Mary. Wasn't completed. Would have probably ended the game, but still. It was a decent showing. He even found his tight end at the end, Freiermuth, for a 68-yard completion. I basically talked up the whole game. What insights do you have, the Doc? What did you see?
No, I'm just practically in awe of the fact that Joe Flacco can just step into any offense and just do what he does, and that's the stamp or seal of a proven NFL quarterback, I guess. And the fact that he could go toe to toe with Aaron Rodgers, I mean, that's pretty good for him.
You can't improvise experience. This guy knows all the systems. He's a veteran of the AFC North. I think he's played in all of the teams on the AFC North.
I think he's down to complete the rainbow, the NFL rainbow.
For sure. He hasn't played for the Steelers yet, but Bengals, Browns, and Ravens, he's played for all of them. And I'm hearing rumors that Mike Tomlin is like terrified of what Joe Flacco does to them all the time. I wouldn't doubt it if he signs him next year, just so he has to have to play against them. As of right now, the Steelers are in first place in the AFC North, a record of 4-2. The Bengals are right behind them. The Browns won this week, and the Ravens are at 1-5. We're going to touch on all of those a little bit later. After that Thursday night game, the next game was, honestly, if you wanted to snooze and not watch this, you would have been fine. It was a 9 a.m. start for the LA Rams playing against the Jaguars. Both teams went into this game at 4-2. Both of them were leading their divisions at the time, but the Rams showed why they're contenders and why the Jaguars are pretenders. Trevor Lawrence still cannot get the ball in the end zone. This dude has to be the worst. I don't have a research department to look this up for me, but he just has to be the worst red zone or end zone quarterback that there is. At the goal line, aside from that stumble that he did against the Chiefs the other day, and you can't do that every single time, stumbling into the end zone. This dude cannot pass the ball unless he throws it like 17 feet in the air. It's ridiculous.
I mean, he's removed like he's like 5 years in or something like that, and
Much more than that.
yeah, he's yet to demonstrate what the promise he had. So at this point, I don't know what is it that he needs. He has great receivers. He has a great running back. So either he gets it together or that money's really, really badly spent.
Terribly spent.
Yeah.
The one bright spot for the Jaguars was um, shit. I forgot Travis Hunter.
Travis
Travis
Hunter,
Hunter playing on the offensive side got over 100 yards. He got a touchdown. That's the only
his
thing
first
that.
his first NFL touchdown, no less.
Yep. Overseas, we're still to see him catch one here in the continental United States. We
Shit.
still have to shout out to Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, I don't know if you heard all of the news prior to the season starting. He was looking down the barrel of like back surgery and possibly missing time. This dude is in it to win it. He's making the Rams contenders. Threw for 5 touchdowns in England. That is a record. And I found out because of how badly they were whooping that ass that Jimmy Garoppolo is actually on the Rams. I was
Oh
wondering to
yeah,
myself,
yeah.
where
He's
the
the
hell is this
backup.
guy?
He's the backup. Like after his unceremonious exit from the Raiders, he found the spot in the Rams. And he's like sitting there hoping something doesn't happen, so that
Yeah, it's hoping something doesn't happen. I don't think he wants to get into the games at all.
But nevertheless, I mean, Matthew Stafford is a great definition of an NFL warrior. Man, that man has been hit in the back, like he's broken. I think vertebrae several times in throughout his whole career, and that man keeps on going. I mean, the only other guy that I would like compare him in that sense will be Tony Romo, and Tony Romo went through the same thing. Like they kept getting hit, and they back up, and like nothing happened. So that man is like ubermensch amongst men.
He's held together by masking tape and rubber bands.
That's
But good
that's
on him.
that's my exact point. Yeah, yeah. So
The
another
LA
thing that
Rams.
I was going to say another thing, and I'm sorry. The fact that they were able to survive, in a sense, without Puka, who's injured. I don't know if he'll be back 2 weeks from now or something like that. That I mean,
Well, they're
Stafford's
going
his
into a
first.
bye week, so he has a chance to rest up. He didn't play last week.
Mhm.
There's a bye week, so hopefully the ankle injury is a 2 week thing, and he can come back. But Puka, man, he's nuts. That dude loves to play him some
Yeah.
football. He'll be back as soon as he can make it. In the meantime, Devontae Adams, I think we were quick to pull out that shovel. He is not dead. The rumors were false. He can
Yeah.
still get out there and catch touchdowns with the best of them. 3 touchdowns in this game. If you had him in fantasy, you're sitting pretty.
Otherwise, if you had Jordan Whittington, is the name of this dude? He was recommended as the top get for the waiver wire last week. Yeah, you can kind of stash him on your bench or just dish him because nothing happened with this dude.
All right. I'm not going to talk too much about this one. It was the Saints versus the Bears. We're talking about the Sunday 1 o'clock games. Not a ton to see here. I just want to point out I have no idea while watching this game why the hell they're starting Spencer Rattler. There has to be a different option. There has to be some veteran somewhere that can kind of put this guy under his wing. I said while I was watching the game, I don't know what the hell's happened to Taysom Hill. That guy signed a really big contract, over $100 million, to do what exactly? Cousin Juan
It,
pointed out that he had an injury. Yeah,
yes, he did.
whatever. But
He's been battered a couple times, but I mean his overall position is just being the Swiss Army knife. It was never to be the QB, and then when you break that contract down, it's not necessarily. It looks pretty in the headlines, but it's not that big of a deal.
this was
Like the
more of
money,
a game.
the guaranteed money is like
Yeah, well, somebody needs to do something. In the end, the Rattler box score looks decent enough, but he looked a lot of times like he didn't know what the hell he was doing. Threw 2 touchdowns, 200+ yards. Those 2 touchdowns were caught by Chris Olave. Nice to see him in the end zone. If you drafted him high, then he's paying dividends for you.
yeah.
The Bears basically run this on the ground. In the second quarter, they scored 17 points. Other than that, it was all field goals for the Bears. They
Yeah.
did just enough to hold on, but they didn't look great either. Roma Dunze, once again, looking kind of weak. Caleb Williams, I don't think he's taking a step up. The Bears played at home. They're 2-1 at home right now. 4-2 overall. That's not a bad record for what this team was last year. But other than that, there was not a ton to see here. The Bears beat a team they were supposed to beat.
Yeah, and I don't think it's not like they're gonna overtake the division. I mean, the Lions are there and they're pretty much kings in there. One thing that I want to note is what Alvin Kamara said earlier this week, that if he gets traded, he's gonna go drink pina coladas somewhere else. So that means this man is dead set against being traded. Otherwise, I think Chris Olave, with his great production that he's pulling in this year, he's probably a trade candidate.
Yeah, I don't know that they're trading anybody. They had to have known that they weren't going to be good this year. I can understand trading Kamara because of his age and his production is kind of dipping.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a situation that would fit him better, I understand the team's going there. I also understand him saying, he's up there in age. He's really taking it easy. I mean, he's not getting killed out there. I think he had 11 carries last week. He's not figuring much into the passing game, so he just kind of goes out there, gets paid. Why would he want to leave, honestly?
True. I mean, why if it ain't broke, why fix it? But I mean, at some
Well, it's
point,
broke,
as a player, yeah,
but
the
it's just a comfortable
offense,
situation for him.
right? But the thing is that as a player, you would figure that he would want to get closer to the playoffs, probably get an opportunity to get a title. And the one rumor that I heard, and everybody like freaked out, it was that he was probably going to the Chiefs.
Now, the Chiefs have a mess in the backfield. I don't know why the hell they would do that. All right, moving on. We spent too much time on that game already. Another game that we shouldn't spend too much time on. It's the Dolphins versus the Browns. The Dolphins are a hot dumpster fire. They're a toilet full of doo-doo turned on fire. They absolutely suck. Takeaways from this game is Kinshawn Judkins is really good.
Man is a beast, bro. That
Really
dude,
good. I didn't know his name. I don't think I pronounced it right just now, but I'm quickly learning it. Kinshawn Judkins. Dylan Gabriel is not the solution there. He did not look good. Even against a really poor defense, he did not look like he can do anything. Other takeaways from this game, Tua got benched. Still, the Dolphins didn't look any better. That team is cooked.
And my favorite quote of this week belongs to Mr. Mike McDaniels in the press conference. He said that his expectation for next week is that they don't throw 10 picks. That is setting the bar low.
I mean, these guys, they're losing on the field and they're losing at the press conference. I mean, I don't know what they could possibly say. This should all just shut the hell up. The Dolphin season is cooked. Everybody's getting fired.
Back them up, throw them in the dumpster. They're done.
The Browns 2-5, 2-2 at home. Dylan Gabriel looks like shit. It's just a matter of time before they start.
I will say for the Browns that their defense looks mid. This is like the second game where the defense absolutely dominates the team. And I understand that they're playing bad teams, but that's what a defense is supposed to do. They're supposed to crush bad teams. So kudos for the Browns. I do say that they've always had this decent defense, and at some point it's the whole thing is going to run out. So I imagine they should get some more picks and like start finalizing this everlasting rebuild that they've been doing for the last 8 years, 10 years, who knows? It's the Browns.
All years of their existence.
All the years of their existence.
I think the Browns, honestly, they have an offensive line that's built for the running game, not so much for like pass protection, which actually suits Shedeur Sanders. I mean, that's what they said about Colorado, that they didn't have a great pass protecting offensive line. But like I said, Dylan Gabriel, he's not it. He's not the answer there. He's wasting away the receivers, even though they all kind of suck anyway.
Jerry Judy went there to take money and chill out.
Wait, he got traded if I'm not mistaken, but he
Yeah, he
sucked.
got traded, but I think he got an extension or something. But either way, it's an extension to do something, nothing in Cleveland.
Uh, I told you he wasn't good.
You did, you
We
did.
we move on. The
Good.
Titans versus the Patriots. Man, listen. So they have a Thursday night game, and then
Yes.
they do a morning game in London, and
Hmm.
then they stacked the 1 o'clock hours with a bunch of shit games, and then the Chiefs Raiders and the Vikings Eagles. I mean, I guess the Vikings and Eagles are close, and you like to see the Chiefs win, but all of these
Yeah.
other games were hot garbage. The Patriots beat the Titans. The Patriots that couldn't get anything going the last 2 years. They essentially have the same cast of characters. They're 4-0 away on the
Mm.
road, 5-2 overall. Right now, they're leading that division. They beat the Titans, who are 1-6, because they won that miracle against Arizona. But the Titans'
The
offense
book
is
of flukes.
garbage. The new coach did not do anything to
He
boost
got
that
fired
team.
too. He got fired
Um,
too.
well, that was last week. They didn't fire the
Oh,
new
that.
one, the interim.
Oh no.
The
Well,
interim coach
that we
started
know
this.
of. That we know of.
As of this recording, he hasn't been fired
He
yet.
hasn't been fired.
But wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
This name I kept seeing it over and over.
Is it Ada
Chimere
Manor?
Dike.
Oh
Chimere
yeah.
Dike stepped up in the absence of Calvin Ridley. Decent game, 70 yards and a touchdown. He did all of that on 4 catches. But again, I want no part of this offense. If you're drafting or holding on to any of the Titans player in fantasy, why? I can't imagine that you have a good record right now. The Patriots want to own Boutte, and if you
May.
have,
May
if
booty.
you want to own Boutte, and if you have your quarterback on bye, I take a flyer on Drake May.
I wouldn't call that a flyer. You would immediately stash Drake May. He hasn't had a bad game yet. He's been really solid for the Patriots. The number one reason why they are where they are. So, but Booty, always take a chance on Booty.
We fans of the Boutte.
Yep.
All right. The Chiefs not only blew out, but they shut out the Raiders. I heard a stat this week that this is the first time ever that an Andy Reid coached team shuts out any team in the regular season.
Dang.
Think about all the years of Andy Reid coaching, all of the people that have kind of come up under him, and this is the first time ever that he holds a team to a 0. Um, Not a ton to say on the Raider side, except I don't know what they're going to do to turn their season around or even spark this season up a little bit. Um, I keep hearing that Gino is done. I don't know
The
who's.
magic is gone. I don't know. I don't know if he is doing anything to. I it's the Raiders. Paki would tell you himself, but it's the Raiders. The one thing that I've heard is that Jacoby Myers is a possible trade candidate, and he's willing to go on a trade, but he'll ball out with the Raiders until his time is done, if it happens. And that the I don't know if I want to call it the top brass, but the higher ups in the Raiders talked to Max Crosby, and they told him that he wasn't going to be traded. That man should be traded. Trade him anywhere. Get him out of there. He's not doing anything in the Raiders other than getting injured until he like drops. So,
Oh man, I don't know how you jumpstart this team. I mean, if
look.
you do choose to sit Geno Smith, the depth chart says that it's Kenny Pickett behind them. That's going from bad to worse.
Oh no, he's no. Wait. That's Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett.
Fuck out of here.
But
Yeah, well,
I mean, as wasn't Sean Janty wasn't he's like their top get, and he's not even doing anything.
I guess
Well,
they spent,
he had
they
a
spent
he
their
had a
money
great
on the defensive line, and they haven't put anything towards the offensive line, and they just look like shit.
yeah. So there's that.
The defense is stalled. I'm guessing that they were probably counting on Brock Bowers to pick up a lot of the receiving slack, and he
Oh, that's
hasn't been
right.
available.
Flowers. No, because the man insists on playing with an injured knee. So, I mean, you can do as much as you can to recuperate a player. But when he insists on playing with a bad knee, there's just so much you could do. So this is the outcome where you have no passing game, nothing's happening, not even the running backs are doing anything. So you have a shit show.
Surprisingly, the Raiders beat the New England Patriots, who we just talked about, but all the other games they lost, they were probably supposed to lose those. What's concerning is that their scoring has dipped dramatically, and they have a bye in week 8, and when they come back from bye, they're playing against Jacksonville. I mean, again, I don't know how you start this team, but it's not looking good for Raider Nation. Uh, on the other hand, the Chiefs, if you were ready to call it quits on Patrick Mahomes, you were wrong. Almost 300 yards. He threw 3 touchdowns. He controls the game.
Yep.
If you held on to Rashee Rice, good on you. He comes back, gets into
Good
the end
job.
zone twice.
There's
What does that
a
do?
fallout.
What
Yeah,
does that
there's a
do for
fallout
the?
of him.
Yeah. All right. So tell me about that. What does that do for the cast of characters that was holding it down for those first 6 weeks until Rashee Rice came back?
Well, my man Kelsey was eating while Rasheed Rice was out, and he purposely injured Worthy. Sorry, that's that's not confirmed by anybody. But I mean, it was the Kelsey and Worthy show, and now Rasheed Rice comes back, and you figure that the targets are going to be spread out evenly. But then again, they have this hell of a mess in the backfield where you have Rashard Smith, Pacheco, and Hunt. Pacheco isn't getting it done like he did a couple years ago, and Hunt looks like a husk of his former self. So it's Rashard Smith against whatever chances they give him to shine, if that even happens.
Well, Kareem Hunt is basically there for like short yardage situations. If you're trying to get a first down or a touchdown when you're like feet away from the goal line, you go to Hunt. Pacheco, he doesn't have that speed to kind of get to the outside. He still runs through the middle like a madman. And his thing is he's had a lot of fumbles as of late, aside from the fact that he was injured for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and he kind of lost some way to Kareem Hunt, but he's fumbled some, hasn't looked all that great. But if he can get that speed and he can get that breakaway to the outside, then Pacheco's probably your best bet there.
Yeah, I would assume so, but his runs aren't the same as they were. But it's as you said, fumbles and the lack of speed. He's losing chances. So Bouchart's time it is.
I forget. I mean, it's been a long day. I think the Chiefs started either 0-2 or 0-3. They're currently 4-3. So they not only made it to 500, they are now over 500 for the first time this season. And the future is looking bright for the Chiefs. I think their biggest challenges are behind them. Schedule gets a little bit easier, and they're looking like a complete team. And the offense is waking up. 31 points. That's going to be a lot for most teams to overcome on most days.
Yeah.
Moving on. The Eagles, after dropping 2 in a row, they got back to their winning ways. They beat the Vikings in a close game. It was an interesting game.
They made it
Um,
interesting.
yeah, and it's kind of like a pick your poison thing with the Eagles. You're either going to get a good rushing game or you're going to get a good passing receiving game, but you're not going to see both in the
No.
same game. Is what it seems like. Listen, talk about consistency with the Eagles. They spread the ball around through the air.
It was a Devonta Smith game all the way, though.
AJ Brown got his too.
Yeah, but Devonta Smith balled out because he was close to nearly 200 yards, I think.
Devontae Smith, 9 catches, 183 yards. But I think AJ Brown wasn't far behind them. They scored a touchdown in every quarter. Those 28 points, it was 7 in the first, in the second, in the third, and in the fourth.
Yeah. Does Saquon look all right to you? Because he hasn't been running as he's accustomed to.
He looks fine.
Good.
He looks fine. The issue with them is more situational than anything else. The Vikings, honestly, they're holding or they're staying close in these games thanks to their defense. Carson Wentz is doing just enough to keep them close. It
Mhm.
looks like Carson Wentz is going to play again next week. JJ McCarthy is not ready to come back yet, and I don't know that he's a better option. Honestly, last time we saw him, he looked kind of like shit. Dago, did you see what the Vikings did to try to stop the tush push?
Oh yeah, that was awesome. I saw it. I saw it. So apparently, if I think it was the nose tackle, he kind of leaned a certain way, and that kind of set back the whole motion. That was
He
great.
he he laid across so that if anyone is trying to sneak under and kind of push the ball through,
He's
there was
he's
nowhere to go. You were going to stop
yeah,
him right there.
and
That
that
that's
causes a delayed game because they can't set it up right.
that was cool as hell.
Yeah, yeah, it was. We
Uh,
need Coach Paki to explain the whole. But
explain why that worked.
yeah, but more of a question. Do you think now teams are gonna take a look at this and try to run this against the Eagles now? Because I
I
would
mean,
I would look at that game tape and try to do the same.
it, it only works if you surprise them, right? Like, okay, the tush push works no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
You know that it's coming and you can't stop them. Now on the defense, if you try to do that, they'll just run an audible like they did a couple of weeks ago.
Right,
So that worked that time because they surprised them. I don't think that every team is going to be able to do this now. Like it's a tush push situation and you line up that way, and they just kind of snap it to a running back who runs around and nobody touches them.
right. Yeah, I get you.
So can more teams replicate this? I don't know, but it's something. It's getting creative. See, this is for the people that were saying not to ban the play. Um, this is what they wanted to see. They wanted to see a creative solution to this, as opposed to ban the play. It's unstoppable. It
Yeah,
clearly isn't. Like there are ways to stop it. You just have to get creative. You
you have
can't
to.
just
Yeah, you got to be
so
smart about
don't just scream up in the air and say, yeah, nobody can stop this. Find a way to
it. Right,
stop it.
of course.
Overall, it ended up looking like a close game. The Vikings pushed towards the end. Ton of field goals in this game. They really need to do a little bit better about getting into the end zone. Um, Justin Jefferson, he catches yards, but he doesn't get into the end zone. I don't think he's gotten into the end zone with any kind of frequency since he stopped playing with Kirk Cousins. None of the other guys that have come in there have really represented. Not even Sam Darnold, who looked pretty good. I don't think he was like feeding Justin Jefferson that way.
No, he was. But the thing is that their year together was marred a little bit by injury for Justin Jefferson. So it's not like you could have gotten a consistent look at what the pairing could have done, but he was definitely feeding him. I would know because I had.
And you probably won. All right. The next game is the Jets and the Panthers. This game was garbage.
Yeah,
Um, I wanted to mention it for a couple of reasons. Number one, um, I've never seen where a team goes to London and then they come back and play the very next week. Every other team gets a bye week. Even well, I guess the Broncos played against them and they played this week too.
yeah,
So I don't understand why they made that exception. That was the weirdest shit ever.
because it's the
Um,
Jets and nobody cared.
yeah, but the Broncos,
I'm kidding though. There must have been a reason, some scheduling thing, or they figured back by the time they
well,
got to the states, it would be all right.
they're 0-7, and you know how ESPN likes to dress up their stats, and they're saying that Justin
Bryce Young.
Justin Fields
Oh,
uh, that Fields hasn't thrown an interception and all these other things
of
through 7
course.
games and yada yada.
Hmm.
If you watch these games, it doesn't seem like anybody gets open. He just holds the ball forever. So the reason he's not throwing interceptions is because he's throwing only the safest of passes.
Yeah.
In the last 2 games, he's completed like 6 passes only for no more than 40 something yards. He holds the ball forever, and his after his first read, his first instinct is just to run outside the pocket
Run.
and
Hmm.
do whatever the hell else. That looked decent enough against the Steelers, but other than that, this hasn't worked, and this formula is
I
not going to
mean,
work.
People catch on. Teams catch on. They know that if you can't throw a decent pass to save your life, they're gonna just cover everybody and just let you run. But and that will work until
Whatever they said about Tua early this year, you take away his first read and he's done. That also seems to be working for Fields.
Mhm.
Um, you take away his first read, he's basically done. He can't improvise, and with the team that he has, it's not like he's getting a ton of options. Garrett Wilson is injured. Brees Hall looks like shit. He also got injured.
See,
Not a ton to talk about there.
yeah, there's nothing going on the Panthers side though. It's kind of interesting now that Rico Dowdle has had these two spectacular games, and
You had
Chuba
to.
Hubbard is back. Yeah, these two spectacular games is what I said. But
I
now
agree.
Chuba,
I'm sorry.
yeah, no, and Chuba Hubbard is back. And even then, I think Dowdle looked better than Hubbard did. So in this past early in the week, they asked Rico Dowdle whose team it was since he was the hot hand, and he said this is Hubbard's team. But I don't
No,
know.
that's the thing you have to say. But Rico Dottle is obviously a better running back than Chuba Hubbard. Um, Listen, if we went into this season and I had to pick against a team in Survivor, I think I would have picked the Panthers. I thought they were the worst team. They're currently at 4-3. They're alive in the NFC
They're
South,
decent.
so that's something. I mean, the schedule is going to pick up, and Bryce Young left the game injured. Um,
Yes,
they
and
only needed.
Andy Dalton is going to be quarterbacking now, and he has I think one more weapon. I think Jalen Cocker is back. So it's Xavier Leggett, Jalen Cocker, and now McMillan for whatever that does for you.
um, it's definitely a different look with Andy Dalton than it is with Bryce Young. Again, another veteran still out there slinging it. But 4-3, Panthers still alive. The Jets 0-7. I think they're already thinking about next year and drafting and whatever the hell else.
They should. They should.
All right. I don't know how to talk about this game. So we're done with the 1 o'clocks. Now it's the 4 o'clocks.
Which one is it that you don't want to talk about?
You know damn well what I don't want to talk about. So the Giants.
It's gotta move. Go on, let it out. Let it out. You can do it. You can do it.
So I think maybe the fact that the Broncos played in London and then immediately showed up to play against the Giants probably led to why they were so terrible for 3 quarters. But allowing 33 points in the fourth quarter is inexcusable. 2 rushing touchdowns by Bo Nix is inexcusable. Jackson Dart, who had basically played a perfect game, to throw that interception. I mean, it was 3rd down, 3rd and 5, maybe. Your defense has been holding up somewhat.
Yeah,
You didn't need to throw that ball there,
Yeah, try to run it.
Just kind of eat it. And if you can't run it anywhere, take your sack or kneel or whatever.
Yeah.
And then just either draw up a fourth quarter play or punt it and push him back some. They basically gave him like a 20-yard field. And oh my God, I mean, I can play the coulda, woulda, shoulda over and over in my head, but
I mean,
this is just
it would
unbelievable.
be Tuesday evening quarterbacking at this point, and I get it's for you. This is your time for you to expunge yourself of the pain that you felt during that game. I would say
It wasn't even that game. It was just a couple of minutes at the end. That game, I was sitting pretty. I was feeling great. I don't get how this kicker is over here like nailing field goals, but he can't get the extra point 2 times with this extra point. Even when the Broncos went up 30-26 and the Giants had to score a touchdown, they had to, and they did. And even after they scored the touchdown, you missed the extra point that would have put the pressure um, on the Broncos and the defense. I mean, if they were looking great for 3 quarters, but what the hell
And,
happened at the end? They ran them ragged. I can't
yeah,
believe that's the case.
and what is it about playing prevent defense when you don't? It's like play like do your shit.
Put the pressure on Bo Nix. He's not that great. Rush with 4.
Oh
See,
man, that was
they. I think that's the clear definition of they didn't play to win the game. They were just playing
no.
not to lose, and
Yes,
they lost anyway. It's terrible.
they snatched defeat at the hands of victory.
Oh my God. Well,
That was
uh,
awful.
interception aside, Jackson Dart looked pretty good.
Yeah.
283 yards. He threw for 3 touchdowns. Cam Scatterboo. I don't think he found his way into the end zone. I think he did. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah,
Yes, he did.
my head is all effed up. Um,
I mean, after that loss, and who would?
he caught a touchdown. He didn't
Yes.
run it in. Tyron Tracy, he came out of nowhere and scored a touchdown, like 31
I
yards,
mean,
kind of broke
yeah,
one.
but it's not like he ever lost talent or whatever. It's just that Scatterboo. He appeared out of nowhere and took his chance.
That boy crazy.
Yeah, it was
Um,
crazy.
this wide receiver core for the Giants is freaking
Oh,
pitiful.
you can get Olave or Jacoby Myers. Who
Uh,
knows?
and what do you give up for him?
I
I
don't
mean,
know. You would
this isn't
know
this isn't a team that's going to win now. So
No, but at least you can sign Olave. I don't think Olave is that old, and he's pretty good. So you get a Minstay receiver, you combine him with Neighbors. Wouldn't that be a better
eventually,
car? Yeah, wouldn't that be a better core than whatever you have right now? Anything's better than what you have right now.
probably,
Yeah.
but very likely.
Yeah.
Jalen Hallett, this guy's a bum. I don't want to see him anymore.
What about Wandale Robinson? Isn't he a good choice? Slayton,
I
I know Slayton is that guy you guys don't like right now, but Robinson is good. He's decent.
he stepped up against a pretty decent defense in the Broncos.
Well, there you go.
All right. The future's bright for the Giants, but man,
Yes, yes.
I would have really liked to win this game. I would have had a much better weekend.
Yeah, for you guys, is the hope that you probably could get somewhere with what you have right now. So I get it.
Having beaten the Eagles, if they would have beat the Broncos, right now they'd be 3-4. They got the Eagles again. Anything can happen after that.
Yeah,
Oh man.
it's the hope that gets you.
33 to 32. That was a heartbreaker. All right, we move on.
Wait, well, okay. So I was gonna mention this thing that happened with Russ and Sean Payton. So they were apparently there's some barbs. I don't think there's much to look at, but Russ kind of got offended about what Sean Payton said. That he would have expected that the QB change would have happened like after they had that game, like they would change Wilson for Dart. I don't know why you're getting all like riled up for that. It's just an inoffensive comment, at least to me. But
No, well, basically he's saying that he would have rather faced Russell Wilson. That's that's how little he thinks of him. And Russell Wilson being a God-fearing Christian took offense to that. Honestly though, fuck Sean Payton. He sucks and he's full of hate. I don't know why.
yeah.
I mean, he took over the team. Russell wasn't his guy, but Russ still looked like Russ played for the Steelers, and he looked like he had something in the tank. He still represented. Russ actually was the second option. They were winning with Fields when they decided to go to Russ, and collapse at the end of the season aside, he played pretty well for him. So that's just Sean Payton full of hate right now, honestly.
Yeah,
and
right.
He can talk his shit because whatever. Maybe he expected to win by a lot of points, and if so, he would have felt better about himself that he's the one that actually knocked Russell Wilson out. But Sean Payton can suck my dick.
Somebody is full of it. All right.
Yeah. Kiss my ass, champagne. All right. The Colts are 6-1 and looking every bit the title contender. They beat the Chargers. The Chargers have dropped 3 in a row.
Yes, that's looking kind of bad lately. So I have a question for you. Indiana Jones, comeback of the year?
He has to be.
Yes.
I
I
mean,
mean,
he
he's looking
absolutely
great.
has to
He's
be.
looking,
He got cut.
looking
He
great.
got sent to another team that never played him, and now, I mean, Baker Mayfield possibly aside, Daniel Jones is looking like the MVP candidate.
That's for sure. That's for sure. I mean, if you want to be hateful about it, you can say that he's riding on the coattails of Jonathan Taylor, who is, by the way, killing it. But Indy Jones is killing it right now. He's playing pretty good, so there's nothing bad to say about it.
No disrespect to JT, but Daniel Jones is putting him in position to succeed. Jonathan Taylor's going to end up with like 20 touchdowns. He might get like the offensive player of the year, but since the MVP basically only ever goes to quarterbacks, if the Colts can keep up this pace, yeah, it looks like Daniel Jones may be the MVP of the league.
Yeah. On the other side, I mean, the Chargers get a new weapon around the Gatson the second, the new tight end thing that everybody should go find in the waiver. That man put like I think it was 7 targets on 129 yards. Correct me if
164 yards and a touchdown.
64.
All right, I don't
That-
know this name. This just came out of nowhere, and boom, here he is. He's mentioned. I need a tight end. Is this someone I should target? Is he the real deal, or is he just like the 1 week thing?
I mean, you have to wait and see because there's something wrong with the chemistry between Herbert and Quinton Johnson. I mean, he's been slipping lately. I have Johnson in my league, and I was hoping that he keeps riding this high that he had. But after he kind of got injured, I think it was last week, he's on the low again. So Rondé is the new guy, the it guy, to pair up with McConkey and Keenan Allen.
Well, that's the thing with Johnston, right? He got 2 catches for 30 yards. He didn't look too bad. One of the catches was for 23 yards. So, you know.
But he was getting more targets than McConkey though. That's what I'm saying. So he got to this peak where he was going to be the it thing. He kind of overtook McConkey's position, but now
well, I think it was taking advantage of what defense gives you and just kind of playing the hot hand. But I guess word got around in the locker room that McConkey is your number 1 and then Allen is your number 2. So these are the guys you need to play a little bit harder.
Yeah. Because Monty Vidal didn't do anything after he was supposed to be the it guy, and he had a good game last week, but I mean, he came back to earth.
This is the thing about the NFL though. Like, there's a bajillion cameras on every player. People get some tape on them. Against a lesser defense, and in a situation where nobody knows you, you can take advantage and kind of bust out and do stuff like that. That game that you're talking about, that was against the Dolphins. Actually, they haven't lost 3 in a row because they beat the Dolphins last week. So against the Dolphins, damn near everybody looks good. The Colts are a lot better defense. The Vikings, who they have next, that's a really good defense too.
Yes.
And then after that, he has a chance to break out again. If Omarion Hampton hasn't come back yet, then Vidal has a chance to kind of go big against the Titans, the Steelers, the Jaguars, and the Raiders. So there's opportunities for him there. I wouldn't dump him yet.
No, of course not. I mean, there's nobody else to look at because I think Hawkins is gonna be he's not gonna play next. Haskins is not gonna play next week. I think he got injured. But I have a question for you, please. Not correct, but how long is Omario Hampton out?
Well, he's an IR, so he has to spend 4 weeks out. I don't recall exactly when he left, but probably has another 2 weeks to go.
All right, because I was told that he may be back like at the end of the season. So I hopefully not, because I have a little bit of a trade that I wanted to happen, but who knows? Let's see.
All right. We need to start powering through a couple of these. We spend a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
time talking about blowouts and bad teams. The Cowboys beat the Commanders. The Cowboys are now 3-3-1. And the Commanders are 3-4. The biggest takeaway here is CeeDee Lamb is back, and he did not lose a step. George Pickens, even with CeeDee Lamb, is still getting a bunch of catches and playing out of his mind.
Yep.
Javonte Williams is really good, and Dak Prescott. The record doesn't reflect it, but he's playing at an MVP level. On the other side, the Commanders lost Jaden Daniels to injury.
Again.
Marcus Mariota cannot push that offense the way that Jaden Daniels can. So when that happens, everybody suffers. They also played this game without Deebo Samuels. They don't have Terry McLaurin. And I saw this little skinny receiver out there, and he catches a ball, and they say that ball was intended for Robbie Chosen. And I said, who the hell is Robbie Chosen?
Robbie Chosen. He changed his last name. I don't remember what his last name was.
He's changed his name more than Ocho Cinco. So this is Robbie. Okay. So this is Robbie Anderson. Yes.
Robbie Anderson.
The Jets, played for the Panthers. Robbie Anderson. Yes. He goes to the Panthers and well, on the Jets, he said that it's not Robbie, it's Roby. Right? That was the deal. And then he goes from there to the Panthers, and he changes his name to Chosen. Kept his last name. He was Chosen Anderson. And then he kind of fell off the face of the earth for a minute. And now he shows up on the Commanders, and he's Robbie Chosen.
No. He came back last year with the Dolphins at some point. I don't remember when, but he came back with the Dolphins, and then he disappeared, and now came back.
Dago, that's an unnecessary correction. I told you he fell off the face of the earth. Being on the Dolphins is essentially the same shit.
Right. Sorry.
All right. So the Cowboys beat the Commanders. That division is the Eagles division. They're sitting pretty up there.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. It'd have to be a typhoon of injuries to knock them off that block. And the Cowboys are kind of picking it up. Wonder what their schedule looks like going forward. But all of their stars are playing at star levels. It's their defense that's shit right now. Tavon Diggs injured. I heard at some point. Yeah.
Again? He came back though.
Right? Nope. He got injured at home. Apparently, he had a concussion. He didn't play this last game.
Oh, shit.
Bland was out there catching pick sixes and whatever. The offense is great. They need to do something about that defense. I'm still waiting to see whether Jadeveon Clowney is going to ever suit up for him and do anything that matters. We move on. That game was a blowout, 44-22. Let's not spend too much time on it.
Yeah.
All right. The Packers versus the Cardinals. This game was closer than it ever needed to be.
It's unnecessarily.
Had no business being this close.
Yeah. So you're saying that the Packers are posers. Like this whole mystique they had about this, they're frauds? Okay.
Frauds and they're posers.
And they have a bunch of receivers. None of them are number one. They draft Marcus Golden, who's supposed to be the it guy, and then he's, I don't know, standing in line after Romeo Doubs, who is no longer what he was supposed to be.
I can't take that guy serious. I picked him up this week because I needed a receiver, but I'm watching this game and he has that giant fucking helmet. I can't take this dude seriously at all. Jordan Love, 29 pass attempts to only get you 179 yards, 1 touchdown. This team is going to go only about as far as Josh Jacobs takes them.
Yep.
None of the receivers are worth a shit, unless you count Tucker Kraft as a receiver. Their defense is legit.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, the defense is legit. They put some pressure on the Cardinals. On the Cardinals end, Jacoby Brissett looks so much better than Kyler Murray. If I'm their coach, I guess you have to start Murray because you gave him all that money. You're not going to
Yeah.
pay that much money to put him on the bench. But if you're looking to win games, not that they've won any games, honestly, with Brissett, but he runs that office so much better.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He makes McBride look as good as he needs to be, and then everything else like flows smoothly. So Kyler Murray needs to go.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison, Michael Wilson, they didn't look great.
I
It was
think
the
Harrison had a concussion or something like that.
what's that?
I think Harrison had a concussion. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, he fell, I think, last week, and he landed on his head, and there was talk about a concussion, but he's kind of hit or miss. He was only good that 1 week that I picked him over
The
with
Seattle
Devonta
week.
Smith.
I mean,
Yeah,
he looked like he revamped himself and like he was the next coming of whatever Marvin Harrison should have been. But he came back to earth, and obviously, I think that's Kyler
even
Murray's
that
fault.
game, he didn't look great. I mean,
No, in the first half, he looked awful, and he was like he looked done for. But the second
yeah,
half, the
it
man,
was it was the long catch for the touchdown that kind of saved his day,
yeah,
and won me that bet that really we didn't bet anything, but the fact that I picked him over Devonta Smith that week. Um, Packers are 4-1-1. They're winning the ugly games. I mean, if they can do that all the way to a Super Bowl, God bless them. But
yeah. At some
they
point, they're
they're
gonna
not
really look
looking.
bad.
Yeah, they're not looking any kind of dominant.
So they were. I think they were hoping on the defense, and the defense is gonna only take you so far. And of course, Josh Jacobs.
Out of 6 games that they played, wait, yep, 6 games. I think they had a bye week already. Out of 6 games that they played, they've scored 27 points 4 times. They scored 40 points another time. So they haven't looked terrible, but it's basically the defense that keeps them in those games.
Yeah, but
Blah, 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 blah. All right. Sunday Night Football, the 49ers beat the Falcons. This game
eh,
was kind of ass the whole time. That's your
yeah,
team, though, the 49ers, right?
yeah, it is.
The 49ers, with like 3 players left, they're 5-2.
We call McCaffrey the health vampire. So I don't know what Shanahan did, but I think he did some sort of sacrifice to keep McCaffrey alive, and everybody gets injured.
McCaffrey led the 49ers in carries, in receptions, in
In
rushing
everything.
yards, in catching yards, and he had 2 touchdowns. Um, Even without the field goals, they would have won. They would have won just on the strength of those 2 touchdowns. Not much else to look at. I don't believe in Michael Penix Jr. I
No,
don't know. I was I I I admittedly don't watch college football, so I don't know how good he was there. But at the pro level, he hasn't impressed me yet. I haven't seen a game where I'm like, well, go ahead and bet the house on the Falcons because it's Michael Penix. I guess
no,
they'll
I
win the
mean,
easy ones, but
yeah, exactly. He had an easy game last week, and he looked pretty good. But other than that, don't.
all right. So not going to spend a ton of time there. I guess the biggest surprise for the 49ers is that nobody got like absurdly hurt.
Nobody's dead yet. Thank you.
Nobody got absurdly hurt.
Well, George Kittle is back, so at least we get one more weapon.
Yeah, and he was out there just
George Kittle apologized to every fantasy owner out there who put him into play and got this big fat zero, just like I did in another league.
he was out there
And
doing some cardio,
yeah, and pancaking players, and that's it.
being a crazy man.
Yep.
All right. So Monday Night Football. I already said I don't like how thin the Sunday afternoon is looking with the way that they're spreading out these games. There
Yeah.
was a early morning international game. They already put a game on Thursdays, and now they're putting 2 games on
You, you,
Mondays.
you could have had a bad game, two games on Monday, one bad and a good one. So at least you balance that out on Sunday. But
If you're a fan of the Lions, you would have thought this was a good game. I mean, they just kind of
yeah,
dominated. I guess that receivers are important,
Yes.
and without them, you can't really do too much if you're the Buccaneers. I mean, Baker Mayfield is still awesome, but
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, it's pretty good.
he didn't have a bunch of people to throw to last week.
No, I
Uh,
mean, Mike Evans got injured. He broke his clavicle out for the season, and that puts in danger of well, that immediately ruins the chance of a consecutive 1,000 yard streak, which
I
is
mean,
pretty
he
bad. Everybbe was rooting for him to get that. Uh, they have Ibuka,
I mean,
who
he already has the record, and no one
yeah,
has
but
higher than him. This
no, but extended. It's like the Undertaker streak. Everybody wants to see it go longer. See where it reaches. But I mean, at some point, things have to end. Ibuka was out there. He tried, but the Lions, that defense is pretty good, and the offense is even better. Demir Gibbs looks like a man possessed.
yeah, there's too many weapons for the Lions.
Way too many.
I honestly, I think I said at the beginning of the year that they would suffer from losing both their offensive and defensive coordinators. It doesn't seem like it mattered at all.
Mm-mm.
That was losing to the Packers was like a shock to the system, but other than that, they've been great ever since.
Yep, that's right. And then we have that other game, the other Monday game, which was Seattle and the Texans, and that was the game where our good friend Paki was uh
In
taking part
attendance.
in attendance. Yeah.
So
Came back
hopefully
tired and dead.
yeah, hopefully he'll have some stories to tell us. The Seahawks are 5-2. I realize that I have a lot of stock in the Seahawks. I'm starting Sam Darnold, Kenneth Walker, Cooper Cup. I have Jackson Smith and Jigba in another league.
And you don't have
Um,
Charbonnet. You have to have Charbonnet to have the whole
no,
scenario.
I don't. Not only do I not have Charbonnet, but he was on the team that was playing opposite me this week.
Oh no.
Daryl has him. He left him on the bench, but it didn't matter.
Oh,
Top to bottom, I'm going to tell you how that matchup ended up. So the Texans, no good.
something's wrong with Stroud, man. I don't know if it's the lack of weapons, but you have Schultz there, who's a good TE. You got Nickel Collins, but I mean, the running backs aren't getting done. Like it's Woody Marks and whatever's left of Nick Chubb, and then they hope Joe Mixon is back. But are you really hoping for him to get back? And you really hoping that he gets back to whatever he was?
I don't think he comes back, and I don't think this year. I'm not saying that he's like going to retire or
Mhm.
anything, but I don't think he comes back this year in time to make any kind of a difference. And honestly, I don't know what kind of a difference he can even make.
Yeah, I
There's
don't
just a
know.
lot of miles already on Joe Mixon. He's going to come back from injury. Don't imagine that he's going to be running at full Joe Mixon speed.
Right.
And Paki had said earlier, and I'm still waiting for an explanation on what makes a good offensive line. But he tells me that the Texans are not a good offensive line. On the
Yeah,
other hand,
I think that's been the story since Stroud has been there. But I mean, he's 2 years removed his rookie season, and he was this high, and now he's like slipping. And to me, this is like the worst he's looked.
that's the problem with setting expectations too high. He looked great as a rookie, and then you can only kind of go down from there.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't
Yeah.
know,
So Texans, no good.
no good,
Seahawks, pretty good.
pretty good.
Pretty
Darnold
good.
is demonstrated. He's demonstrating that he was worth the look when the Vikings picked him up. So
It wasn't a fluke with the Vikings. He's still kind of doing it. Jackson Smith and Jigba every week. Every,
Jason, that man is
every week.
fired. Well, except for the week they played the Seahawks. No,
Shut up.
sorry,
Come on, guys.
no, the Cardinals. That wasn't a bad week.
Again, unnecessary correction. We're not doing research here. We're just giving opinions. But this guy's in the end zone every week.
Yes, yes, he is. Save my week again.
All right. So
One more thing. Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet. Like Kenneth Walker hasn't been looking good for the last 3 games. And Charbonnet has been getting all the end zone touchdowns. What
yeah.
do you think?
I think that well, Paki had told us before that it's the run scheme situation that doesn't favor Kenneth Walker's run style. I think that if he doesn't break a long run that gets him into the end zone, if it's a short yard situation, they're going to go with Charbonnet. We were talking about another team at some point in that recap where I said that they have
Hmm.
a running back for short yardage situation. I think it was Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
They're in similar situations.
Yeah, I don't know. I have Kenneth Walker, and I'm just trying to get a deal to get rid of him because he's not benefiting me right now. And the way things are looking, I think Charbonnet is going to overtake him at some point because he was supposed to be the workhorse, but
He still
it's not
is.
looking like it.
He still is. He's getting more touches than Charbonnet. Charbonnet just vultures the touchdowns. Um, for fantasy, that's what matters. Where Kenneth Walker was going, you drafted him high. You expected better results.
Mm-hmm.
If he can't make it happen again, like I said, with breaking long runs and getting you a ton of yardage and maybe earning those end zone touchdowns, then he's going to continue to get vultured, and you're just going to kind of have to suffer through it. Um, but anybody with a pair of eyes is seeing this, so I don't know how you trade him. I mean, he could be like an add-on for something else, but I don't know that he's consistently going to be a double-digit running back the rest of the way. Still there? Did I lose you? Yo,
Oh my God, this was a horrible crash.
was that little circle? Is it still recording?
Yeah, yes, it is. It should be. Yep, we're still recording, so I'll be able to edit this portion, and we should be able to pick it up. So where did you stop? We were talking about Kenneth Walker. So I can.
It's fine.
It's fine.
So
Okay.
let's jump back in with bye weeks. There's 6 teams on bye. Give me
Okay.
your little waiver segment, and then let's talk about the teams real quick.
Okay.
I don't recall exactly what time we started, but if it was like around 10, tenemos que tener ya 50 y pico minutos grabando. I don't want to go.
Tenemos un punto minuto.
Yeah, I don't want to go too long.
Okay. So waiver wire. Let's talk about that. Week 8.
Hold on. Wait.
Okay.
So count me down, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna start by saying which teams are on bye, and then you tell me waivers.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. We're going on a trip in my favorite. Oh, never mind. 3, 2, 1.
All right, so this week we have 6 teams on bye. It's the Lions, the Raiders, the Rams, the Cardinals, Seahawks, and Jaguars. The Rams and the Jaguars played in London, so it makes sense that they have the week off.
Yep.
This is why I don't understand what the hell happened with the Broncos and Jets. I don't think the Raiders have a ton of impactful fantasy players that you need replacing, but yeah, you're gonna have to find replacements for like the Jahmyr Gibbs of the world, a number of different quarterbacks that are starters. Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford, Sam Darnold, Trevor Lawrence, they're all starters in this league.
Mm-hmm. So for this week, you have to take it into account of key injuries. So we have Jaden Daniels with a hamstring. We have Brian Thomas Jr. with shoulder. Darren Waller is out for the season, I believe, with a pectoral injury. I think he tore the pectoral muscle. Bryce Young has an ankle injury. Kendry Miller, not that he was fantasy relevant, but if and when if that happens, Alvin Kamara gets traded. Kendry Miller was supposed to be the RB1. That's not going to happen anymore. Cole Kmet, but nobody's missing him. And Antavius Wicks has a calf injury. The bye weeks that affects us all are the Cardinals, the Lions, the Jaguars, the Raiders, the Rams, and the Seahawks. Very important for us who have stocks in the whole Jason industry. We're going to be deeply hurt. And so top 10 overall pickups for week 8. We have Orlando Gatson. He's TE with the Chargers. He had a monster game. So since tight end has been this desert of non-existent players, I mean, this is one important guy that you need to pick up. Jackson Dart. I don't think we need to be putting him on as a waiver target because he should have been picked up. But if you don't have a run like a quarterback, pick him up. Jackson Dart is exciting. He gets you points. For cowbell handcuffs, we have Kyle Monagai from Bears. He had a good game, but that's because mostly the Bears were all over the Saints. And Tyler Algier, John Robinson's backup. As receivers, we have Darnell Mooney. He's back. He played decently. So if you're in the lookout for a receiver, Darnell Mooney's your guy. We recommended the Boutte. Give a chance to the Boutte. And we also have Josh Downs. But the thing to me with Josh Downs is that he was supposed to be this good number 2 to Pittman. And he's been getting injured often. So I don't know if I would give him the definite chance. You don't want the Titans to get the Titans. No Tiger Spears for you. Not at all. The Chiefs have Rashard Smith. So if you're kind of down on Pacheco, give him a chance. And another TE that you can look at is Mason Taylor from Jets, specifically now that Tyrod Taylor is going to be the starting quarterback for the Jets.
This is confirmed?
Yeah.
Oh, they're benching Fields?
Yeah. I mean, I mean, it's a fact that he doesn't throw a pass. It has to be a very safe pass, or else he runs. But teams are gonna pick up on that, and he's gonna get through. So, might as well.
I mean, I just didn't know that it was a confirmed thing that they were going to go ahead and do that. Okay.
Yeah. So if you want another choice for a quarterback, Joe Flacco's your guy. The Unk is getting it done with Jamar Chase, Higgins. I mean, not too bad a look.
Joe Flacco is owned in 13% of leagues, so he should be widely available in whatever format you play.
That's right.
They're going up against the New York Jets, whose defense is better than their offense, but that's not saying a ton. Sauce Gardner, I believe, is still out with a knee injury, so
yeah,
there are wide receiver matchups to be exploited there. Our league in particular also has Aaron Rodgers available. Overall, Aaron Rodgers is available in 28% of leagues. He's going to be at home Sunday Night Football against the Green Bay Packers, his former team. But
will that be a revenge game, do you think?
At this point, he's like a couple of teams removed, but he had the injury year with the Jets, so yeah. I don't recall if they played against last year, so it may be the first time they face each other. But the fact that he's playing in Pittsburgh, I mean, it'd be a bigger deal if he was playing in Green Bay. It's expected to rain that day, so I don't know if the passing game is going to be like a focus. They may be more run heavy.
Yeah.
Go. All right, so let's make some picks.
All right.
I usually like to start with the number 1 team. So number 1 team is the system. This week, doesn't look like they are going to be compromised by many bye weeks. Um, Majority of their players are still going to go out there and get starts. Um, has an empty spot. He could fill that up. But in the meantime, he's going up against the Lion Kings. Lion Kings, I think, is going to ride that hot hand with Daniel Jones uh, for the foreseeable future. Uh,
Yeah.
got
Sean
Nico Collins.
Judkins.
He's
That
hoping that
man is.
Terry McLaurin comes back, but Terry
Yeah.
McLaurin is going to
I
come
mean,
back and
with
not find
Mariota,
Aiden Daniels.
yeah, with Mariota, I don't think that's going to happen. And I think you should seek another option if he has.
He's questionable, and he's going up against San Francisco, who doesn't give up. Or so I'm sorry, he's going up against Kansas City, and Monday night. See, the thing about a questionable player on Monday night, if you decide to wait this long, everyone's already played. You're not going to find a decent replacement. So
No.
that's a risky play there by Paki. Um, both of these teams are going to rely heavily on their running backs.
And tight ends.
Um, yeah, but I just think that it's
I mean,
overwhelming.
I mean, Gary looks like he's going to be Paki. I mean, aside the one player he has to fill out there, I mean, his receivers look pretty good. McConkey has been getting the ball more lately, and Pickens showed that he can ball out even with CeeDee Lamb there. So, I mean, Paki's issue is his both are his receivers. Nico Collins, I think he had a concussion in the last game, and Terry McLaurin is going to be with Mariota, who can barely sling the ball. So I don't think that's a good outlook.
I'm telling you, both of these teams are going to rely really heavily on their running backs. Looking at the players, looking at the matchups, I don't want to do this again to Packy, but I think I will. I'm going to go ahead and pick Gary. I've been fuck Gary all year, as you know, but yeah, this is a mountain that looks almost insurmountable at this point.
Yeah, I know the hosts have to disagree to make it interesting, but I agree with you. I'm gonna go with with Gary. Sorry, Packy.
While Gary doesn't seem to be hurt by the bye weeks, Packy
Why
apparently
does
does.
Paki have IU? IU ain't coming back.
He was drafted to his team originally, so he's still holding on to him, and you're really not losing anything. You have him on IR. If he comes back, he comes back, and if he doesn't, then whatever. All right. So that's the number one team. I'm picking Gary to beat the Lion Kings. That's pretty good. That'll create some separation for me. Okay. The number two overall team is La Maldición Inca. This is another team that's going to probably suffer from a ton of bye weeks here.
All right. So let's see. Oh, wait.
Arizona's out.
AJ Brown goes against the Giants, and he kind of did good against the Giants, I think. But on this side, Jordan Mason against the Chargers, he can ball out. Asian Boutte against Cleveland. I don't know there. I think that New England Cleveland game is going to be tougher than we think, and I don't think Boutte is going to fall out. So whoever has Hunter Henry is going to have some decent chance there.
So this projection has Monty Candela under Maldición Inca.
Yeah, but he's affected by Jahmyr Gibbs, who's out.
Right.
And he has another linebacker that's out as well. So if he can fill those, I don't think that he's going to be heavily affected. Can I see his bench really quick? I don't know, man. He doesn't look like he's going to lose that much. No, he looks pretty solid.
Yeah, you for sure have to bring up AJ Brown against the Giants. That's a favorable matchup for him. Kate Otten, not better than Kerry Kittle and then George Kittle. Sorry, I'm for sure starting George Kittle there. I think you can make some arrangements here. I have no clue what the fuck Luke McCaffrey's doing in this roster.
Nothing. You can drop.
Maybe it's a leftover from last week, but he's definitely not going to be a starter this week.
That's right.
Man, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
I like the matchups on Monty Candela's side, but Yeah, I don't think I can pick against Patrick Mahomes. Uh,
Me neither.
shit.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Joel. This is Reyes, right?
Yeah, this is race.
Yeah, I'm going with Joel. I don't know. I don't like the matchups on Monty's side so much.
You know what? I'm gonna keep it spicy. You're going with Joel. I'm gonna pick Monty.
All right,
I'm gonna pick Monty. He's gonna go to 4-4. Bo Nix against Dallas. Dallas's defense is softer than toilet tissue. DK Metcalf, he gets 100 yards every game apparently, and if he doesn't get
yes,
100 yards, he'll get a touchdown. You're gonna put in AJ Brown instead of Luke McCaffrey.
yeah,
You're probably gonna bring up DeAndre Swift to the
yes,
Jameer Gibbs slot. Um, then you can round out with any one of these players. Otten is worth a look against New Orleans, where every
most
receiver
definitely.
apparently for Tampa Bay is injured. You can put
Yeah,
him in at
especially
one of these
yeah, that's
flex
true.
spots.
That's-
Yeah, I believe. I think Monty has it this week.
Yeah. Okay. Lock it in.
All right, the third team, 4-3 Geekas team GAD is going up against Screenshots. Screenshots just put up the game of their lives. Dude, I thought I was sitting pretty when I saw that Josh Allen was on bye week. It didn't seem to matter. Like Jamar Chase, um,
I
practically by
mean,
himself, and Travis Hunter, they beat me by the time 1 o'clock came around. Like there was no chance. There was no crawling back into this game. Even
oh,
Isaiah Pacheco got into the end zone, and he hadn't done shit all year.
yep.
Um,
I
yeah,
mean,
there's too many buys on Giga's team for him to
oh yeah.
overcome. Baker
Geeka looks like
Mayfield,
he's good. Yeah,
yeah,
sorry, go ahead. Yeah, he looks like he's gonna be pretty effective. I mean, just among Ross St. Brown. It's not like Marvin Harrison is gonna break the world, but at least is a viable receiver. But then Travis Etienne is out. Jack Campbell produces a lot of tackles, and that's those are points on your
yeah.
stat sheet.
Defensive players only ever give you points; they don't lose you any. So just having him out there is better than having a zero.
Yep, yep. Oh no.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough on the bench to overcome those absences. You don't have Matthew Stafford. You probably bring up James Cook and Dallas
Of
Goddard
course.
and
Of course.
hope for the best. You have Terrell Bernard there. He can come in and fill in that defensive gap.
Mm-hmm.
Even with all those changes, I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough to overcome this. Josh
I don't
Allen. The
yeah.
thing about Josh Allen is I've mentioned before that he plays down to defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina is not a great team, but he may not reach his projected 19 points. Hopefully, I'm wrong for the sake of the pick that I want to make.
Yeah.
But Josh Allen, Jamar Chase should carry this team. Keenan Allen, I can see him getting into the end zone. Chase Brown is
Mm-hmm.
garbage. I don't know what's going
Pretty
on with
solid.
Brees Hall. Uh,
Pacheco's doing the same thing.
dude, this is a bit of a coin flip, but the bye weeks are just too much. No
Yeah.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, no Travis Etienne. I'm gonna go ahead and pick screenshots this week.
I can't do the saucy thing. I have to agree with you. Like the damage is less on Daryl's side. So
Screenshots, yeah.
yeah.
All right. So that was the third team. Fourth team, two girls, one cup. Currently at
Oh,
4-3, playing against Tuota Loco.
oh my God.
This is gonna be
Dolphin Central against you.
yeah. So I
Oh
have
wow.
some choices to make. Both of my quarterbacks are out, so I'm gonna have to pick one up from the wire.
Wow.
Uh, at some point, I dropped my backup tight end. So, and actually, I had Brett Strange, so it wouldn't have mattered because the Jaguars are on bye too. So I got a few moves to make. But
Yeah.
man, this
You
team
gotta
is terrible. Listen, so we already know they benched Tua. I don't know if he starts this game and maybe finds a seat at the bench again. But you already told me that Justin Fields is getting benched. So yeah, it doesn't look like Omar has a
no,
quarterback either.
no, he doesn't have a tight end, and I think he can replace Rashad White or Trevion Henderson or Buka. I saw he has Buka. right there, he has a better chance that you might because you are out tight end and you don't have a quarterback. But I mean, it depends. It depends on whatever is on your waiver available for quarterback.
Again, I don't have one yet. There are quarterbacks to be had. I'll pick one up for sure. Tight ends. By the time this airs, he can't see what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try to get the Chargers tight end and hope for the best. And yeah, I'm just not gonna pick against my team.
No, you're no.
Tuata Locoe is in a free fall, so two girls, one cup this
Dolphins.
week.
Yeah, Dolphins Central. Can you scroll down just a little bit? Let me see his bench. Oh my god. Oh
The
no.
bench,
Eh,
the bench is
Ibuka.
almost as bad as the starters.
Yeah, Ibuka has the best chance he's got right there, and he can definitely
Boutte is
grab.
there because of the injuries, and he hasn't set his lineup yet. He'll for sure be in the starting lineup come
Of
Sunday.
course.
Depending on what they say on Tua, maybe he makes his way back up to the starting lineup. Maybe benching him for like half of a game is enough to light a fire under him. Lost Mike Evans, you say for the year.
hmm
If
And
Bucky
he'll
Irving
probably.
comes back, then Rashad White, sorry, takes a hit.
Yep.
Uh, Trayvon
Henderson is.
Henderson was straight garbage last week. I don't know if
Yep.
they try to make it up to him or not. I don't see that happening. And it's just a bad matchup overall. Yeah. I'm going to fill in these zeros, and I like the matchups that I have better. So I'm picking me.
I'm picking you.
Okay. So that's the fourth team. The fifth team is Hurts So Good going up against the Purge.
Who's hurt so good? Oh,
This is cousin Juan.
Cuzzo. All right. Oh my God. Look at that. Okay. So we have an outage, sort of, on tight end and the extra flex on Cuzzo.
He dropped some players after last week. He's just kind of he's streaming tight ends. He had Taysom Hill last
Mhm.
week. That didn't play out. No reason to keep him around on your squad, so just let him go. So my concern here is the Dak Prescott CeeDee Lamb stack. So
Against Denver.
like I said, these two are having offensive player of the year caliber seasons. But yeah, they're going up against Denver, and Denver is a
Mhm.
really stingy defense. You wouldn't know it by all the points that they gave up to the Giants, but yeah, traditionally they're very stingy.
Yeah,
Um,
they keep teams honest.
you know what? Every week I pick against Cousin Juan, and he wins. Um,
So you're
he's
gonna pick them?
he's chasing me directly, so I'm picking Cousin Juan. Honestly, he just has better matchups. Look at all these greens. Look at
Oh
that green,
yeah.
green, 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 green.
So, what about
Um,
the bench?
I'm
Let me
not
see the
worried about
bench.
these zeros. He'll
Yeah, he
find
can fill
someone to
those up.
put in there. The bench, not great.
No, but Theo Johnson could do some form in tight end, or Harold Fanning can. He can fill those out. Yeah, you're right.
I think that David Njoku is struggling through a couple of injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you're starting anyone that's already on the team, it'd probably be Harold Fanning. Tess Johnson, he's finding his way into the end zone more frequently now. And if there's no
Yeah, he's
Mike
gonna see.
Evans,
Yeah,
it's
especially
basically him
now.
and Ibuka.
He's gonna see some
So
targets. I mean, Sterling Shepard is not gonna steal anybody's job. Not that he can't, but you know.
he can't. Not that he can't, but no, he can't. He literally cannot.
Okay. Okay.
I like Kyron Williams a lot, and he's out on bye. So this
Oh
week I'm
wow.
going to go ahead and pick Hurt So Good.
Yeah, I mean, I worry about that stack against Denver. J.K. Dobbins against Dallas, he's going to be all right. Kyle Pitts, my man, what do we do with you?
He's against Miami,
Okay, I mean, that
for
makes
whatever
sense.
that's worth.
Exactly. I don't know. I like Cousins' team better. That
All
Denver
right.
thing scares me a bit.
So we got 2 votes for Hurt So Good.
Yep.
The sixth team, I think we already covered. No, we have. Yep, we did. We talked about it when we talked about the first team. Seventh, Monte Candela, we covered them.
Yep. We
I think this is the only
cover.
matchup we haven't talked about. It's the
That's
Wakanda
right.
Panthers. That's Ronald team versus Joel Vasquez. Uh, all right. So there's no way around it. I don't like Joel Vasquez's team. Um, it's there's a lot that's hit or miss here.
Mm-hmm.
But shit, I mean, Ronald is free falling. I like elements of this team.
Yeah.
Um, I think he has to stop the bleeding at some point. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Wakanda Panthers. He'll find a replacement for sure for Jared Goff. Uh, Stephon Diggs is in a tough matchup against Cleveland. Cleveland's just going to
Yes.
put so much pressure on Drake May that it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
hard for him to see any balls his way. I like T. Higgins against the Jets.
False.
I'm a big fan of Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. I think
Yes.
he said in
He's
an
very
interview
good.
he wants to be called Bill. He hasn't had the best couple of weeks, but I'm still a believer. And
Yeah.
Derrick Henry, if this is the week
Wow.
that Lamar Jackson comes back, I
I
look
think.
to him to get it going, coming off of a
Yeah.
bye week, and prior to the bye week, having a couple of up and down games. His last game, he had a lot of yards. The week before that, not too great.
No.
But look for him to bounce back against Chicago. I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
pick the Panthers.
Yeah. I'm looking at Joel's team.
What
Odunze.
do you say?
Odunze. I don't think he's gonna have a good time against Baltimore. Especially because Baltimore's coming back from like reeling and losing all these games. I think the defense is coming back, the healthy portion,
And they're
and I don't
focused
think.
now because they don't have ping pong tables.
Oh yeah, they don't have entertainment now. No video games for you. So
They got punished for misbehaving. That's ridiculous.
yeah, man, they got sent to the room and they're on timeout until you win again. So Odunze is not gonna have a good time there. Xavier Worthy is gonna look at some diminished returns with the return, of course, of Rashid Rice. But then again, you have Olave who's balling. Justin Jefferson is gonna do Justin Jefferson things.
Olave's not balling. He had a good game against a bad team.
No, he's been doing pretty good. So it's not like he's going out but he's gonna help you win some games. Now win them all for you, but I mean against Tampa Bay got rocked by the Lions. So I don't know.
The Lions are
Except
the
for
Lions. New Orleans is nowhere near that. It's Spencer Rattler's garbage.
yeah.
Yeah, no way. I'm sorry. I don't believe.
I'm gonna go against you either way. I'm gonna pick Joe Vasquez. That's
There's
my
a bit
boy.
of a poison pill here, right? Because you're starting Drake May, and
Mm-hmm.
the Panthers have Stephon Diggs. For one of them to do good, the other one has to kind of do good, right?
Yeah.
Unless May just focuses on the booty and not on the digs.
He's not gonna dig for booty.
It's not digging the booty.
I dig in the booty.
Well, I don't know.
I
He
mean,
might be digging the booty.
he might not. That's not our thing to find out.
We don't judge. Sex positive podcast.
Exactly. You
If he's
don't.
into digging that booty, it's all on him. All right, so those are all of the matchups for this week. I want to thank you for stepping in the absence of my co-host, who was on travel. He was a little bit too tired. Maybe I'd take a nap.
Cool, baby.
He couldn't come on and record,
Oh,
but poor guy. Yeah.
yes.
Thank you, Dago, for
No
stepping
problem.
in. Appreciate your time here, your insights on this. As always, very well informed. And thank you to everyone who watches and listens to the unofficial commentators. In particular, to Cousin Juan, he always has a lot of comments to tell me on the side. I really wish you would just put him directly in the YouTube comments so we can get that
Comment
community
and
kind of up and going.
subscribe. Comment and subscribe.
Ring the
Give a
bell,
like.
comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. And without further ado, peace out. Green Show! Let's talk about the League of Haters. Let me give you a recap of what happened in week 7.
All
So
right.
it looks like, man, there were blowouts abounding this week. I
Since can I see the link of the league so that I can check out these blowouts you speak of?
uh shit, can I share this? Let me see.
Put it in the chat. Look, take a look at it. Let's take a
Guess,
gander.
guess I'll
Oh, look at that! Look at
share right
you.
there. It looks like the biggest blowout was Cousin Juan's
Oh
Hurt
my
So Good,
god.
beating Tuatalocoe by shit upwards of
Ooh,
50 points.
that's ugly.
Um,
That's as
I got
ugly as his
I
that's
got
his
my ass handed
doggies.
to me too. Shit, this
Ooh.
might even be the biggest blowout. I got to go back and check one, but yeah, the blowouts were abounding this week. There weren't that many. This
Jesus Christ.
is potentially the closest matchup, 109 to 97. The Purge beat the Wakanda Panthers, who are free falling. They are
Oh
not
god.
looking good right now. So the number one overall team is the System. They're 6-1. They scored 154 points this week. Um, Another 3 touchdown game from Jonathan Taylor overtook La Maldición Inca, who has a stacked team. They went back to Patrick Mahomes, but it just wasn't enough this week.
Mm-hmm.
The Purge, that was currently in 12th place, continues a now 4-week tradition of beating Ronald. The Wakanda Panthers are free falling. At one point, they were 3-0 and in first place. Now they're in 8th place. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Oh wow.
Joel Vasquez, I don't know what's going on. This dude's barely trying. He lost to Monte Candela. Monte Candela, he's like, what do they call those baseball players? Like the 3 outcomes? He either has the lowest score or he has the highest score.
Either you
Never
you
anything
hit a
in
home
between.
run, you
Yeah,
walk, you strike, or you hit a home run.
yeah. In this week, I mean, he was the second highest score. Only Gary would have beat him, but 151 points is incredible. The Lion Kings, Paki's team. Paki was auto drafted,
Oh
and
wow.
yeah, he was auto drafted, and he's made a lot of moves. He made a comment that I agreed with. When you don't draft the team, you don't feel like that personal sacrifice of I use my pick too early to get this player, and I don't want to give him up. I don't want to trade away my first round pick or my second or my third or whatever. He just saw a bunch
Mm-hmm.
of players there. They weren't working out for him. He traded. He made moves, and the team is competing. Currently at 4-3, he's in 6th place. Um,
Yeah, you
he
got
beats
always gotta make moves to improve.
Giga's team. Tua Taloco, this team is free falling. When Tua got benched and he lost Tyreek Hill, and Saquon Barkley is not looking like the number one overall pick. Tua Taloco, that's Omar's team. He had the number one overall pick. He decided to go with Saquon instead of going Jamar Chase, and
I mean,
so far not paying off.
Saquon was a safe choice as number one, but isn't like this. This would be like the second, third time in a row where a running back is the number one pick, and that running back disappoints. So at some point, you have to like go the receiver route.
His happens. Screenshots. That's Daryl's team. He wasn't
Ooh.
doing great. He only had one win up until he played me this week, but he just got a week that was blessed by all the gods. 2 girls, 1 cup. That's my team. I won last week. I lost this week. I'm at 4-3. So if you look at the records, there's like a little bit of a glut there at 4-3. We
Mm-hmm.
got one,
Yeah.
two, three, 4 teams, kind of in the middle. We got 2, 3, and 4s. A couple of 2 and 5s,
Yeah.
and yep, there's only one team sitting pretty at 6-1.
Well, they're two obvious top teams. La Maldición Inca and Gary's team, they look to be the top two, but the league looks close because you have 3 and 4, 4 and 3s. Those are one game away of like provoking this huge tie. So it looks pretty competitive, but this week wasn't, and nobody's looking for it.
In terms of outcomes, we're pretty close.